Oh, that is quick. That is quick. Oh, that is not good. Oh, that is not good. That is not good. Parks it nicely over there. So, guys, what's up? I'm sure by now many of you have seen this video doing the rounds at the moment. Before I start, I just want to say, obviously, I don't condone this kind of behavior. Obviously, we've all done stuff like this, but I'm not here to nail the guy. I'm not here to hate on anybody. The guy's safe. Nobody got hurt. We don't recommend this kind of driving. But what I am here to do is to break this down, to figure out what really happened here and try and see from the evidence over here what really happened. So let's jump straight into it. Okay, let's start. So, number one, the conditions are not ideal. This is the worst kind of conditions to be driving in. The road is greasy, as they say. You don't know where the grip levels are. There could be patches of oil on this road, especially the oil could be lifting out of the road. There could be diesel patches everywhere, and we don't even know the condition of the tires. So, it's not. This is not the way to the time to be driving fast. It's not ideal from the get-go. Then one of the things that I always recommend and I always do when I'm doing spirited driving on a road, testing a car, whatever, just stay in your lane, man. Stay in your lane, because if you cut across like this and something goes wrong, something goes badly wrong, if you're in your own lane and something goes wrong, then at least you got some space to recover. So going in here, so far so good. On the brakes a little bit there, cuts across. That's fine. That's actually not too bad through there. That's actually not a bad line through there. Now, this straight section over here where he's literally on the wrong side of the road, he had to do that because the initial turning wasn't enough, and he had every intention of using that whole side of the road there. But if you go back over here, like at this point there, it would have been difficult for him to keep turning left, and that's a blind corner. So if there was a car coming in the opposite direction, I think that might have been a problem, eh? That would have been a big problem, because he would have had to turn away from the car, and the momentum's already carrying through so fast. So it wasn't a good idea in the first place. That line there is actually not too bad, eh? That's actually not bad at all. It's a good line so far. At this point here, I think the car should have been way more over to the left. He's not using the whole road over here. You can see he's using that side of the road, which is the unsafe part of the road, but not using this side of the road over here. There's like half a car from here to that to the track edge, to the road edge. So that to me is already, that's not a good sign. The next section here on the brakes, that's fine. Probably should have been far over to the left over here to give himself some space. And then disaster strikes. So at this point here, at this point over there, at this point here, the car's now already started braking out. He's on the brakes, and I'm not saying a good driver, but the right thing to do in this situation here. And it's easy to say from the comfort of my seat. It's easy to say that, but at this point over here, you want to be off the brakes and on the power. You want to pull the car out of the corner as quickly as possible. If this car does have an LSD, which I suspect it might, that would get the car out to the slide immediately. If it doesn't have an LSD, it will be a bit more difficult. But at this stage here, you have to be off the brakes. What's happening here is the weight's getting shifted forward, the back of the car is getting light, and combined with that, he's now turning. So that's basically like a handbrake effect. The car's light on the back, he's turning the car, the back starts sliding, and he stays on the brakes, which causes a bit of a handbrake turn sort of a thing. So then that happens. Now, this is bad. This is bad. The steering's not in opposite lock. The steering's still facing in that direction. So you could still possibly do something, just floor it here and hope that the car pulls out of it. He'll still be a bit wild, but it won't be what happened. But yeah, if he's still on the brakes here, then I'm sorry, bro. We're heading to the scene of your accident now. He's literally on his way to the scene of his own accident. It's happening now. And yeah, here we go. Here we go. Now, this is a panic situation. We've all been there. I've called upon my skill and panicked. It happens. So on the brakes, slammed on the brakes. Now, there's nothing he can do right now. The car is sliding towards the wall. And this is happening. Boom. That's kind of cool looking though. I mean, I've done like movie and stunt stuff, but I've never done anything like this yet. So that's kind of cool. Cars in the air, two wheels up in the air, and oh man, isn't that just the worst feeling? Isn't that just the worst feeling when you've just crashed a car and you think to yourself, oh, this is going to be expensive. It's going to be embarrassing. It's going to be all over the internet. My buddy's flipping, got the GoPro on. Oh, and the buddy's also racing, by the way. And then you see these guys over here just chilling like, ain't no thing. Like nothing happened. Like, okay, these guys seem to have crashed. And I wonder if the friend was contemplating driving away here at this stage. No offense, dude, but were you thinking of just going? I don't know. And then he's like, nah, I need to park it up safely. And parks it. So, yeah, guys, that's basically the breakdown of what happens. It's a type of lift-off oversteer, maybe staying on the brakes too long. It can happen to anyone, that kind of mistake, but the idea is not to be racing on a greasy road in the first place. I mean, I've made this mistake on the track myself. And at least there you just run wide. But yeah, on a public road, that I know the roads are empty now, guys. But if it's raining, don't be driving across lanes like that, because things like that are gonna happen. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like the content, subscribe and like, and please feel free to share it with your friends. See you guys at the next one. Hopefully, not another one of these in Cape Town. Cheers.